You cannot change game speed. I don't think you could on the PC version either. I think that's like a future game in the series thing. Is that an open RCT thing? Is that not even a thing in RCT 2, like Vanilla 2 from back in the day? Nope. Wow, okay. So the first game to officially have that was 3 then? Because I played RCT 3 back in the day. That was my jam. And that game had fast forward in it for sure. But yeah, just as an intro for how this is gonna go. There are, I believe we counted 86 scenarios in the game. If we just do one every Tuesday, then maybe I will end up doing all of them, and it will just take a very long time. But we're gonna see how fun it is before I fully commit to that. But yeah, we have a shitload of scenarios in this, and this is a full OG Xbox port of the original Rollercoaster Tycoon 1. I'm not enough of like a Rollercoaster Tycoon player. It's fun that you can move this menu around. That's like pretty weird. I'm not enough of a Rollercoaster Tycoon player to know like if there's gonna be any like minor engine changes or something that were made, but as far as I know, this is just a straight up direct port. I don't think they changed a thing. Yeah, I guess for now we're just gonna start with Forest Frontiers, the first scenario. Deep in the forest, build a thriving theme park in a large cleared area, you know? Yeah, we gotta get Marcel Voss in here, right? That dude on YouTube who's just like a weird Rollercoaster Tycoon encyclopedia guy. I've watched some of his videos before. I don't know how much of what he shows works in like vanilla RCT1, but he builds those coasters a lot, right? Or like I don't know if that'll work in scenario play because we won't always have access to that coaster type where he's like, I can't do the accent, I'm sorry, but he's like, oh, I built this inverted looping coaster where it's just like one fucking track piece, and for some reason you just spam those and it just goes crazy. Yeah, he's Dutch. Many of the craziest gamers alive are Dutch. I'm not sure how they're like that over there. Anyway, let's start it. Is Tapioca said, no, I'm not secretly Dutch. I am American. Fully 100% American. And not like a Dutch American either. Just like a hamburger American. So we have to have at least 250 guests in the park at the end of October, year 1. So this is just a 1-year scenario. This is a short one. There are not a lot of short scenarios. But here we are. It is literally Rollercoaster Tycoon. Yeah. We've got, instead of having the stuff along the left side, we've got these menus that we can bring up. Where's there it is. This is the actually building stuff menu. We've got our options, but for the most part, aside from those like context-sensitive menus, it really is just like the PC game, and you just control the mouse with the left analog stick. Like, it's pretty crazy. I guess I'll start by building something. Everyone likes a merry-go-round, right? Is there anything better that we can do? Swinging ship is probably better. Let's actually build it. Can I do like a... Okay, you can press L and R to like tab through elements, but I don't know if there's... Oh, okay, D-pad is for changing the camera angle. I don't think there's any way for me to rotate this other than actually mousing over here and rotating it, though, which is pretty crazy. I'll just stick this. I feel like the smart thing to do is to just do like this. And then we gotta build some path. Even get some queuing path in. Oh, this bush is gonna be in the way. Hang on. Hang on. This is gonna be really annoying, isn't it? How do I get rid of this? How do I kill this tree? Ah, it's the white button. Can I just press the white button on anything to kill it? Yes. Okay. That's a little funny, but it'll do. And then we'll just connect that up there. And there we go. We're in business. It is a huge difference, Muck. So I did a very rough estimate. Assuming that I first try every scenario, I probably should open the park. Now we're in business. I did a very rough estimate on how long this playthrough would be if I did every scenario, and it would be about 180 hours, assuming no mission fails and the timer never pauses. It would be about 180 to 190 hours in that range. And that's insane. But if I were to do one scenario a week, implement my Rollercoaster Tycoon Tuesday plan, and just do one scenario a week, then it would basically just be a fixture on stream for a long time, and then someday we would finish it. Which is a tempting idea. But depending on how fun or boring this is, I may not do that, and I may instead just be like, normal list is enough, because even the normal list is probably still by far longer than Morrowind, you know? Like, I think even the normal list would be longer than any other Xbox game, so... So, like, I don't know. We're gonna need some more rides, aren't we? You see your guests and money on this menu, by the way, which I find really annoying. I don't know if there's like, nah, there's no settings. I would love to have that on screen at the top, you know, like the PC game, so that I don't have to constantly open this menu to keep an eye on it. But I think you just have to constantly open this menu to keep an eye on it. I'm gonna have to get really good at aiming. Oop, that's nothing apparently. Aiming with the left analog stick to like do this stuff. It's just the fact that the fact that this port exists is so crazy to me. Literally just like, this is just straight up the PC version, and they're just like, the mouse is the analog stick. Like, we can't even try to make an interface that works for console. We're just gonna like, we're just gonna make the PC game, and then you just control it with the stick. It's so crazy to me. It's so actually crazy to me. The merry-go-round music is ripped from a record that was released in the UK in the 70s? Really? What? Why were they selling, like, this clown music on a record in the UK in the 70s? Let's see. Can I see, like, what is our objective here again? 250 guests at the end of year 1 with a park rating of at least 600. Park rating is currently definitely not 600. That's it at the bottom. We are at 38 guests, so we're gonna need to build like a ton of stuff. Money doesn't... Can I take out like a massive loan? I know that's a thing that Marcel always does. Oh, here's our park rating. That's like a Marcel thing. He's always like, at the start, you always go for max marketing and take out the maximum loan. Yeah, the people probably yearn for the toilets. I think you're probably right about that. Bathroom, of course. I'll stick it right there. Why not? Have to open the bathrooms. Go ahead and hire a handyman, because we're going to need one of them. Is the hire button? No. Oh, hire new mechanic. And one of them. Oh, God. And we will sell Bergs as well. Bergs, open it. Oiga. No. Putting this on the grass that this guy just mowed. Alright, well. Now we just wait for 600 people to show up. I think this park has to be a little bit bigger for that, doesn't it? Now we just wait for 600 people to show up. Yo, what's up, Randalorian? Oh. It, well... Rip to there being, like, a proper line for this, I guess. Hang on, can I somehow, like, manipulate it? There we go. How much backseating do I want? I'm sure eventually I'll get into backseating, but for now, I'm happy to just play the game on my own. I know that guests in park, I know some stuff about it from those YouTube videos. Like, I think that the max number of guests you can have in the park depends on the number of rides, or adding more rides increases the guest cap or whatever. And so, basically, we just need to, like, spam rides to get tons of people into my park. So I'm just gonna be absolutely on it, spamming rides, I guess. I don't think this even needs a queue. A Ferris wheel is now available. Absolutely building one of them. Entrance. Exit. Did I open this? Yes. Man, it's actually really hard to see in there. I hope I've connected this. It looks pretty connected in there. Explaining mechanics and actual tips. I think I kind of know the mechanics. I think I know what the mechanics of the game are. We got 91 guests in the park. We are not close. see. Can I... Here's our cool rendered map of the park, by the way. Isn't that cool? Always love this map, the way it, like, generates. Alright, I think I'm fine with that. Currently in development, unknown. Expected, unknown. Oh yeah, let's, I'll rename the fair. Oh my god. This is some kind of, like, it's very default looking, isn't it? Since you asked, I'll name it after you. There you go. Yeah, here's how I burn channel points. 10k and I name a ride after you in Rollercoaster Tycoon. I think chat's misunderstood. You know what? You've piqued my curiosity now, though. Please explain what you mean, Muck. Give me... If there's some kind of, like, backseat, you're like, there's this mechanic you have in mind. What is the mechanic? Mm-hmm. Which one? Okay. If your point is just that... Wait, what day is it today? Wait, the fuck? What? Sorry, I got really distracted by something in real life. If... I know that you can build path over path in this game. I know about that. Multiple ground tiles at a time instead of selecting each one. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, fair point. I know what you're talking about. Did I build ice cream? Because if this park doesn't have ice cream, then it needs ice cream, of course. Get that open. But yeah, this is kind of my thing about scenario play. I'm way too poor to build a roller coaster, I feel like. I mean, I could attempt it. This is a save from like a year ago or something. I don't know why the date says 2017. I'm just gonna overwrite this. Apparently I was building roller coasters back then, so... I guess I'll just build one. Well, we'll see what the pre-builts are like. The crazy caterpillar costs how much? It's gonna tell me? It's not gonna tell me how much it costs until I build it. Bottom left? Oh, wait. Yeah, if it's in a valid spot, then it'll say. Let's get that rotated. Like so. Not a lot of valid spots for this giant-ass coaster that I'm building. Is this a financial mistake? I don't know. Get that nice and open. roller coaster in the way. You know what? I don't like this button. I'm just building it how I'm gonna build it. Shit. Oh, what have I done? What have I done, dude? Okay, no, roller coaster in the way. Yeah, this might be the classic blunder. Put the start in a place where it's not accessible. Can I move the start? Entrance. There. And the exit probably has to go on that side as well. Alright, this ought to work. Gonna be a little awkward, but this ought to work. Bam. And then we go. And we're just oh, fuck. No. Oh, God. Yeah, I think paths are just gonna be a bad time for me the whole time. Yeah, I'm just deleting this now. It's hopeless. That's a whole ass coaster. That better get people to come to my park. Only 168, and I'm supposed to get to how many? I think 600 or no, 250 with a park rating of whatever. Our park rating is 678, so the park rating is doing fine. And we are on pace for the 250 probably. The Ferris wheel song is definitely going in. I see what you mean, Abscond. Come over here and their silence. Complete video game silence. This map is massive. What the hell? Imagine having a park that big. Do I need a second? Do I need to start, like, micromanaging the, hang on. This guy is mowing grass when he should be cleaning up vomit. Set patrol area. To, like, in here. Don't mow the grass. Don't water the gardens. Just sweep the footpaths. You are our designated roller coaster puke guy. What is he doing? What is he doing? Okay. Yo, what's up, Hydro Media? Yeah, this is on Xbox. Probably one of the weirdest Xbox games, honestly, just because why? On all levels, why did they do this, you know? But they did it. Fully featured, fully unchanged port of a PC game, and all they did was add this menu. All they did was add this menu for selecting stuff, and we're just like, yeah, fuck it, that's good enough, release it. Log flume. I probably can't build one of those. You know, if it's just like a simple log flume, I probably can build one of those. Hang on. We're gonna go in. I hope I have enough money for this. Logger's Revenge. What is it? Oh, it's huge. I don't want to build Logger's Revenge. I was just gonna build your classic big hill. I should save before I do this in case it leads me to financial ruin. The estimate for this, if I were to do every scenario, is 190-ish hours. Don't know if we're doing that, because that's a lot of hours. But that's how long it would take to do every scenario. Probably. Let's really not go up any steeper than this. This is going to be a massive ass lift hill. It can't go any higher than that. Dude, it's a log flume. What is special? S-bend. It can't go any steeper than this. It's a log flume. The whole point is it goes up and then it goes back down. This is going to be the lamest ride you've ever seen. There you go. Gonna do something bold with the entrance, though. We're gonna put it there. Does this thing even work? Well, normally, they're much steeper than this, you know? Doing the non-expansion scenarios, yeah, I'm kind of more leaning in that direction, to be honest with you. The non-expansion scenarios are still gonna be... well, here, oh no, I deleted my spreadsheet when I was done with it. I'm so stupid, why'd I do that? But at the... doing all of the main scenarios is still definitely gonna be the longest Xbox game by far, so... Alright, it works. Open this ride up. I know, I'm working on that. What the... Damn it. Well, there. Now they can get to it. Oh, really? You have to keep certain happiness the whole time? That might be hard then. I mean, my guests are pretty happy right now. This roller coaster is way too popular for how short I made the line for it, but... you know. We've got over 250. And I've got my park rating as well. I think I have to turn this down a little bit. The big wall of water coaster at Great Adventure that was running till 07. No, I was not, I think I went there once. Back in... yeah, I would have probably been there before they closed that down, but, most of the time... I went there a lot of times. Wait, we're talking Great Adventure, right? We're talking Joyzy here. Yes, we are talking New Jersey here. Yeah, I've been to that thing. I've been there many a time, but I was there in like early 2010s was when I went there a bunch. So I sort of missed it, I guess. I would have been there, I think, one time while that was still open, and that's it. This is a cool website. The organization on the homepage of this site is terrible. It's amazing, but it's also terrible. One of the sections is trip report log, as if going to Great Adventure is like doing LSD or something. He's got trip reports going back to 2000. No, he's got trip reports going back to 1974. Man, the internet used to be good. They really pick up in 2001, it looks like. In the 2000s, specifically 2011, is when this guy starts going a lot. This is awesome. I'm gonna spend some time on this website later. I really want... I aspire to one day create a website that's this good, you know? I want tapioca.moe to one day be an old-ass fan site for the Nintendo GameCube. My puke cleaner is not cleaning puke. Yeah, I know why. This handyman is mowing the fucking grass instead of doing his job. Don't mow. Don't water gardens. Put you right on the puke. I think I need to add... I think we're gonna add trash cans for them to puke in as well, hopefully. I don't know if that works or not, but I think it works. Just gonna trash can up right here, and we'll trash can up over here, and there we go. There's all kinds of puke over here too, bruh. Okay, well, what do I do about this? Every ride is making them puke. These guests are like the weakest weaklings. Also, yeah, they're maxing out my line. Everyone wants to go on the crappy log flume that I said looked really boring. How much is the log flume? As far as like should I make a second one? Are we getting at? We are profiting $7.36 an hour off of it. I don't know how much, do they mean like, I hope they don't mean an IRL hour. Yeah, how much, I could jack up the price, you're right. Make it $3. Oh no, are peeps all British? I guess I never thought about that. I guess I had never thought of that before. But yeah, peeps are probably all British. It is July year one. Free-to-play amusement park with microtransactions. I don't know if, Most amusement parks are not like that these days. I don't know about over there, but very few parks in the States, I think, are still like pay per ride. I've been to one that was out in Pennsylvania somewhere. It's still too, you gotta jack up the price more. I need people to start balking at the price so that the line will get shorter. What? You know, I've never known what the information kiosk actually does. Marcel Voss loves the info kiosk strat. It sells maps and umbrellas. Oh, yeah, no, okay, when it rains, this is a thing, right? When it rains, they'll pay any price for an umbrella. Like Manhattan sidewalk style, so you can just charge 20 bucks for an umbrella. It's probably not gonna rain. Have to mash A to raise the price. $20 umbrellas. Enjoy, children. The problem is that the throughput of this ride is incredibly bad, you're right. Like, it sucks how slow this ride is, but there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, charging for maps is insane. I don't know. I have never experienced that before. Charging for a map. Yeah, I just need the line to be longer. I don't know, is this a Rollercoaster Tycoon 1 thing? Can we put, like, the TV, the queue line TVs in so that they won't get bored while waiting in line? I don't think that's going to be a thing here. Maybe entertainers on the line. Does that work? No, Rollercoaster 1 is broken down. Where's my mechanic? He's going in. He's going in. I think. Yeah, there's the mechanic. Bro. The best value park in the country. I think that means I should raise the prices on everything. But we're fine. I feel like I'm not really making money. Like, I'm somehow bleeding money. Or, like, not gaining money. Even though my stuff should be profitable. I don't care about that. I care about the ride itself. Like, do I have rides that are not... That ride is profitable. That ride is profitable. That ride is quite profitable. Oh my god. Do I need to get a second mechanic in here? Yeah, are my staff... Is all of my money getting eaten up by these, like, losers I have to pay? Where's staffing? Here it is. Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, they kind of are eating up a decent amount of money. Okay, 400 guests in the park, 781 park rating. Look, these guys are just lucky that it's 2001 and I can't replace them with AI yet. And I know what you're thinking. Tapioca, AI isn't good enough to repair a Ferris wheel. And the answer is that you're correct, but I'm the boss and I think it is. And that's just as good. Wait, did the merry-go-round song just do like a sad like record slowdown because it broke down? That's really funny. I might need a second mechanic. Everything's fucking breaking all of a sudden. Where are we at on time? It's August. I can probably just hold this setup until the end of the year and then win. Even though this is definitely not ideal. Yeah, the year goes to October. It goes to October. We need 250 guests in your park at the end of October year 1 with a park rating of at least 600. Man, Zaturchan, imagine the next Rollercoaster Tycoon game adds surge pricing, it adds paying to cut the line, which it's like a thing you can do at Disney World now, I think. Just like many soulless features. You can just price gouge people at all turns. Been able to do that for like 10 years. I went to Disney World as like a kid, and at the time it was I mean, I assume everyone here has seen the Defunct Land Fast Pass video, because everyone on planet Earth has seen that video. But like, yeah, you would just go up to a thing and get like a piece of paper that told you to come back. I think they started charging for that at some point. This queue line was not long enough. I did not anticipate the insane demand for this, I guess, fine-looking roller coaster. Really didn't anticipate the demand for this ultra-boring-looking log flume. I have not played Thrillville yet. It is on Xbox, it is not on GameCube. So I have not played Thrillville. I think Thrillville is made by Frontier though, right? Same devs. Yep. Same devs as like Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 and specifically the Xbox port of this that we're playing right now. Yeah, it was just in a poll. You are that guy at Disneyland. I mean, I haven't been back since you know, since there were like just paper slips that you get. All of the chaos mentioned in that YouTube video is like, oh good, I missed that. There was no game theory to it at the time. You just get the paper and come back later. I didn't anticipate that the lines are just really long in general. Like, there's just too many guests in the park. There's 436 guests. I think we gotta build some shit just to, like... Were you gaming it back then, too? I guess, I don't know. Maybe you live closer to Disneyland and have been there more times, so you start to build up a strategy. Frankly... I wouldn't have known that that was even a thing ahead of time. So there's just, like, no strategy. It's just like, oh, okay. I am the clueless out-of-towner guest. Where it's just like, oh. I guess I'll go on this then. Or whatever. I feel like I have to build something to get the guests. Hang on, how much... Can I check how much money this costs to build? Like, is that a thing I can find out about? I don't think it is a thing I can find out about. I can save this. Look at your finance tab. Financial info. Ah, here we go. Oh, this is where you can, this is how you advertise. This is where that is. And this is where I can take out a bigger loan as well. Wait, so where... Are we looking in here somewhere? Ride construction cost. I can't see all the way back, but it might have cost like $1,500-ish. Well, it says right there $1,294, so it might cost $1,294 to build the epic log flume. So let's... If I build another, yeah, they're $1,294 to build the world's greatest log flume. Gonna build another, dude. I'm just gonna build another. And it's just gonna have, like, the longest line I can possibly construct. I'm managing with the controls. I'm dealing with it. The controls are not good. I won't pretend that the controls are good. But it could be worse. I will say, the reason why I'm playing... Like, throughout all of Xbox thing, I've been using the same controller. It's a translucent green Xbox S controller. I was using the Duke, but it turns out that this game has no dead zone to the analog stick. Like, the left analog stick that you use for the mouse. There's just no... Like, there's no programmed dead zone to it or anything. So if your analog stick on your controller isn't perfect, then the mouse will just constantly drift a little bit like this. And it turns out that my Duke's analog stick is not literally perfect. So if I... Like, this is unplayable with that controller because it would just be drifting the whole time. So that's kind of weird, I feel like. But yeah. That's a thing about this port that's kind of bad. If you have a bad controller, you can't play this game, actually, at all. But yeah, the mouse controls... The decision to keep mouse controls is really insane. But also, the interface is so... Like, if we go into a ride or whatever... Like, look at all these buttons and things. Like, I don't know how you... I don't know how you attempt to, like... Oh, we can zoom out. Check this out. See my whole park. Like, I don't know how you make that interface. Like, you would have to redesign every single interface in the entire game. And there are just so many buttons and things that it would just, like... I don't even know. It would just, like, be probably bad. Yeah, it was also possibly impossible to change it, considering, well, that is a good... hang on a second. Because this game was written entirely in assembly by Chris Sawyer, right? But that was done for PCs with x86 assembly. The OG Xbox... What type of processor is in here? Is the OG Xbox x86? It is. It's a Pentium 3. I don't know why I forgot that. Okay, never mind. So they did just port it. I think I was mixing up. The 360 is not x86. The Xbox 360 is like fucking Power PC or something ridiculous. I think. I might even be wrong about that. Now I gotta Google it. Nah, it's a Xenon. An IBM Xenon, yeah. So it is Power PC on 360 for some reason. I was just getting things mixed up because of that. But yeah, no, they totally could have ported this. This port could never work on the 360 though. Just funny. This is like, just because of the way this game was developed, this port could never work on 360. Look at how long the line is for that identical log flume. Like, look at how much demand there is for log flumes in this economy. I could build a third one. Look at all that. The people demand flumes. I love a good log flume, too. The whole, like, walking around wet the rest of the day thing is a little bit, like, sad. That part's less fun. You really don't get that wet. Log Flume 1 is looking out over these woods. The parking lot is, like, back this way somewhere. Man, what the... When... I've never really noticed this before, but look at the jail bars on the video. It looks horrible. Has it always been like that? Is that the game doing that? I think it's not. I think that's like a video quality thing. It's the kind of thing you don't really notice until you're looking at like a flat plane of color. That's just like, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Oh, we can zoom way out. This is the whole park. Oh man, charging for parking would be a funny thing to add. This is becoming less Rollercoaster Tycoon and more commentary on capitalism, but you charge to skip the line, you charge for parking. You just like add every possible price gouge. And everyone charges for parking. That's not new. But parking was so fucking expensive. I did go to Six Flags Great Adventure with friends like a year or two ago. And I got horribly sick there. It was really cool. But I think they charged us like $40 for parking, which is complete insanity. I think it was $40. For a giant ass cement lot. And that's it. Like Like, fuck you, we're in the middle of nowhere. Why are you charging me $40 to put my car in this cement lot? I hate it. Like, this is not primo real estate here. Like, for those who don't know, Six Flags Great Adventure is kind of in the middle of nowhere in, like, central Jersey. I don't think those people would call themselves central Jersey, actually. It's south-ish, but it's like this. It's kind of just in some woods. And they're still charging me for their massive cement flat lot that, like, it's not even like they do not put that abomination in South Jersey. Get out. Hang on. Now I have to check a map. Where is Jackson, New Jersey on a map? You're making me question my... Yeah, it's in, like, Ocean County or something. It's down there. Sorry, it's south. You're stuck with them. Ocean County... You cannot claim that. You cannot claim that. Like... Here, behold a map of New Jersey. Note Ocean County in the bottom right there. How are we feeling about the north-south centralness of this? We're in October. I'm basically done. I just have to not drop the ball suddenly. Hang on, let me check park value. 716 still. Good. But no, Cape May is the bottom. That's... This is like the part of Ocean County that should just be Monmouth. Build a really sick observation tower. Boom. Wait, can I build on that square? Hang on, this might not work. Yeah, I can't build on that square, so this doesn't work. Hey! Congratulations! You've achieved your objective with a company value of $2,294. Some sketchy accounting happening if my company that literally owns an amusement park has a value of $2,000. Enter the name into the scenario chart. I am Tapioca. Done. Alright, well that's one scenario. It took 56 minutes. Yep. For one in-game year. I don't know what to do at this point other than just... Like, what does entering my name into the scenario chart mean? Can I leave now? Like, can I leave now? I guess so. It doesn't really end, it just keeps going. Yeah, completed by Tapioca. There you go. So my name has been entered into the scenario chart. Alright, well, that is the first one out of 86. You know, the expansions are much larger than the base game, aren't they? The base game's really not that many. The base game seems really doable. But yeah, I don't feel like playing fishing for the next 3 hours, so let's just keep going, I guess. This one is the exact same goal, but you gotta keep it up for 3 years instead of 1. So... Oh my god, why is it all the way back there? Oh, true, 650 instead of 250. True, true. Well, we've got a much larger park to work with. Yeah, we're gonna have to add a lot of drink stalls. I think building a park in the desert would be a bad idea because it would get really hot during the summer when people would actually want to go. This roller coaster is awesome. It is pretty cool the way it's built into the landscape. I have a random question. Let's say hypothetically, I had access to like $50 million. Like, what I'm getting at is, I feel like if you just built a roller coaster like this in the middle of nowhere, I feel like that's like a build it and they will come type scenario. Like, you don't have to build the whole amusement park. You just straight up, like, as a roadside attraction, just like, I built a fucking roller coaster. You can come and ride it. It costs $15, you know? I feel like that would work. So, you can't... Well, there's my max loan. What kind of rides have we got? We've got a log flume. It's time to learn from the last run and just go flume crazy. Yeah, I straight up think everyone will want to ride this. Can't go under yet. There we go. I'm gonna build an absolutely massive queue line for this. Gonna build one of those queues where you think you're getting close to the front and then you turn a corner and there's like a whole second room that you didn't know about. And then at that point FOMO kicks in and then you're stuck waiting and then there's a third room you didn't know about. There we go. We do need a bunch of smaller rides just to, like, get people's butts in seats, though. We gotta get people in the door. I might have to flatten some land as well. Because, like, they're not gonna let me build this here. Oh, they let me build it here. Well, now we have a different problem, though, right? Hang on a minute. Now we've got, okay. First hard part of the game. Building an elevated ground. Building an elevated path, rather. How do I do this? Construct bridge or tunnel. There we go. There we go. I'm struggling with the controls a little bit. I just want to use like normal path, you know? That's not a queue, by the way. Sure it is. I mean, it's not like the special queue line, but I don't think the special queue line actually matters, does it? It does matter. Well, I'm opening it. We'll see what happens. It doesn't have the sign in front of it, right? It's missing the sign. Guests will only queue in a queue. Oh yeah, they're just bouncing off. We might have to close for repairs real quick here. Yeah, hold up. Sorry. Everyone get off my merry-go-round. Sorry, guests. You're stranded in the desert now. How do I build the friggin' queue? I just have to redo the raised part. Whoops. Okay, this will be it, though. Like, this will work. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. It's weird that the sign is still doing something weird, right? Okay, now we're in there. Now we're fully in there. Let's go ahead and get... I feel like the spiral slide is kind of like bait. I think people were puking a lot on my spiral slide. I'm working on it. Shut up, game. Okay, there we go. Yes, I have constructed the Pukatron from the hit science fiction novel Don't Build the Pukatron. Let's see. We're gonna need the bin. Just cover it with bins. go ahead and get the bathroom in like a centrally kind of located place as well. I don't know how much you can charge for the bathrooms. Like if I just kind of, you know, if we just like charge a dime for the bathroom, will they be mad? I would be mad. But Brits are built different. Wait, can I not rotate this? Have I made a mistake? Hang on. Can I not rotate this now? There we go. I don't want to demolish because it's expensive to demolish. That costs money. Wait, but then that's raised up. Shit. I'm demolishing. Goodbye, burger. There, this ought to work. This is just like a fun food corner. That's all. Go ahead and hire some dudes. Get you there. Let's make sure you are not trying to mow the sand. Your job is only to take out the trash. I don't think I have access to ATMs. I know that's a Marcel strat. He always puts the ATM down because then they just have like infinite money. Is ATM not even a thing in RCT1? Well, there you go. Wait, what the hell just happened? Do I really have to, like, hang on? Time to terraform. Adjust land height. I don't know what I'm doing, just for the record. Alright. Alright. No, what? How do I get this corner specifically to go down? There we go. There we go. I'm gonna do that. And then for the queue, I'll just do that. There we go. Get that opened. Perfect. That's not so hard. Slightly awkward, but not so bad. How much money have I got? 10K? I'm still rich. I could build something large. It's tough because of the hills, right? But this guy is wandering the desert, probably after I dumped him off my, what's he thinking? He's pissed. I want to go home. It's probably one of the guys I dumped off the merry-go-round, which is now broken. And I don't have anyone to repair that. Brother, get in there and repair that. Does he have to go in the entrance? I thought he would go in the exit. Oh, he's getting the call. Now he's going in the exit. Yeah, he has to get the call first. It's kind of funny. But because of this giant mound, like, I'm gonna have to flatten this before I can actually use it for anything. How did you get over here? Why are there people just, like, wandering the desert? No, I know. I know terraforming is really expensive. That's why I'm hesitant to just, like, start bulldozing, you know? Get ice cream going, too. I think that ice cream would print $1 gorillion in this situation. Oh, can you buy land? I haven't really paid any attention to that. Buying land is incredibly expensive. I'm not doing that right now, but... if we just, like, bought some of this over here or something. Yeah, how much land is Oh, there's actually not that much buyable land. Oh, of course it's all, like, the land that sucks. All of the flat stuff that you would actually want is already taken. Yeah, I don't think it being a desert has any mechanical significance. I don't think it'll make them more likely to buy ice cream. That would be sick if it did, though. Like, water rides and ice cream stalls just, like, did better. The goal is 650 guests, park rating of 600, end of year 3. Did Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 actually implement that, really? I've never heard of that before. The umbrella thing, yeah. Everyone goes and buys an umbrella when it starts raining. My log flume is profitable. Look, $678 made already. This thing's been open for, like, how long? Oh no, my dynamite blaster. What have we got as far as, like... If I were to hypothetically build this... This just, like, doesn't even fit in the park. This ride is massive. It just doesn't even fit. Maybe wood chip. I guess. This seems like a really bad idea. It costs $9,000. This is definitely, like, press this button to ruin your life and declare bankruptcy. I don't think I'm gonna do it. All in on wood chip. I mean, I would have no money, but I would have a really cool roller coaster. And right now, I don't really know what else to do other than just, like I need to get guests into the park. Yeah, I think you're right. If I gotta go find that research thing. Money is this. It's 10.9k. I have to pop open a menu to see what the money is. For some reason, even though you really want to know these things, they only show it on these menus. Option. Ah. Interesting. Currently in development is go-karts. I think go-karts are bad. We're gonna go maximum funding. $400 a month on R&D, just so that we, like, develop stuff faster. Yeah, the lack of any kind of HUD is pretty crazy, I think. I would love to... I would just love to be able to see those things. Ditch stalls and scenery from R&D. Yeah, you're right about scenery for sure. Stalls I'm keeping. What if it rains in the desert and everyone needs to buy an umbrella? You know, I'll be thankful then that I have. I'm leaving stalls. Everything else, I think I'm gonna leave. Ride improvements. I don't know what that means. Improvements to existing rides. That's just like new types of turns or something. It's like photo sections and stuff. I don't think I care about that. I know you can charge for that, but, like, I don't care. I just don't. Go-karts are great. I thought go-karts were bad. I might just be wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. It's kind of compact. Like, I can build it. The Mega Track. Oh, the Mega Track's also not that big. It's 2,500. This is 992. Or I could build a custom design, and that would be more fun. Let's build a custom go-karts. I'm gonna save first. I don't know if I should be saving over my old... I think I can just overwrite this. I think I can overwrite that, but I'm not gonna do it yet. Yeah, if you're like a cheeser, then I could just build like a tiny thing. And I could just build a bunch of tiny things. Should I just... Let's see how well that works. I'll just build Baby Park. Bam. Amazing. For when this tiny go-kart is incredibly popular and it needs the world's biggest queue line. No, I have to flatten that. Alright. Lower. Actually not that hard to lower it. You kind of like grab them. You can kind of grab it by the corner. And then just lower that corner. Here we go. Go-karts 1. We'll see how the fans like that one. I think I spent more on the line than I did on the ride. Oh yeah, can I up the number of carts? Because hang on. You're right. No. Oh, must be closed first. Okay, close it. Everyone off the ride. No. Continuous circuit mode might be better as well. I don't think I think 5 is the best you get. I did make the platform longer. Like, it clearly fits more than 5. It's hard to get in there and see it. But, like, yeah, there should be room for more, but... Well, let's just observe how the peeps interact with this ride. Let me just... Yeah, once they finally get to the entrance. Definitely building really deceptive queue lines. Look, what happens when it's like the Flume and it's unexpectedly super popular? I don't know what guest throughput is going to be like here. It is continuous circuit, so like I can set it to 1 lap to get them off the ride faster. And then it'll just be like a $2 printer or whatever this is set to. This is such a miserable ride. It's not great. I think you could improve the quality of a ride by putting like trees and stuff around it. I'm gonna do this. Get to look at a cactus show. Yeah, it'll get the excitement rating up a bit, right? The excitement is still low. Still pretty low. There we go. Information kiosk get. The safest park in the country as well. Information kiosk. Build it right there on I mean, no one's ever gonna buy an umbrella in this park. It's not gonna rain. So it's gonna come down to the maps for that. There is a lot of puke here. Oh, there's just a ton of puke back by this ride. Hang on. Was it raining at the start of the scenario? I did not notice. That's funny. I guess it is gonna rain in the desert then. Hire a new handyman. You are gonna patrol just in here. Hey Shasta. Rollercoaster Tycoon is treating me well, I would say. I mean, it is an auto-scroller, right? Like, assuming I don't literally fail the scenario, which I could. But as long as I don't fail the scenarios, essentially it is a giant auto-scroller game where we're just waiting for this thing to hit October year 3. But, you know, I'm chilling. Since that guy was willing to walk to there, feel like we can have this guy covering everywhere else, you know? Like that. Yeah, I think we will be doing... Wait, we're not covering... Hang on. Please also cover up here. Thank you. We'll definitely be doing the Tuesdays thing. I don't know about all scenarios. I did do some rough math, and I think that all scenarios would take me close to 200 hours. Which, if I did it, would probably be the longest playthrough of anything that any console challenger has ever done. And that would be a fun badge of honor, wouldn't it? But, good lord, you know? There's actually a spreadsheet of this. Hang on, I'm gonna check it. I think it's pinned in Spike Vegeta's Discord. Someone, at some point, tracked all of the longest playthroughs that anyone has ever done. Oh, no, I'm not even close. I wouldn't even be close. The longest playthrough anyone has ever done in a console challenge is 275 hours of Romancing Saga for PS2. Next is Virtual Pinball on the Genesis, which Sharpie played 248 hours of. What the fuck? Yeah, that was Koos. Number 3 is Capture One Ditto with 237 hours of Dr. Sudoku. Then Goaty with 234 hours of Telltale Mahjong. Yeah, there are about, I think there are 8 people. It looks like there are 8 people who have spent over 200 hours playing one game in a challenge. I don't make this spreadsheet at all, as far as I know. I mean, I don't know if, I don't think that... Yeah, nothing under 50 hours is on the sheet. So none of my playthroughs have ever been long enough to be worthy of the sheet. And apparently it is still... it was last updated in April of this year. I do know Sting X1. I do know Sting. He's the one who maintains this. But I don't know if he knows what I'm up to well enough where he would just put my shit on there. Like, I don't think he would notice me if I did play something longer than 50 hours. But yeah, it would definitely be up there. Wow, there are 2 people who have spent like 200 hours on Dr. Sudoku for Game Boy Advance. Why? Like, why? What is it about Dr. Sudoku? I guess there's just like an unholy amount of Sudoku puzzles. And you just have to solve them all. Okay, I think we might need a 3rd handyman even, who's literally just like the guy who does this intersection. Like, hold up. You are gonna handle this and nothing else. Watching this from the queue of a roller coaster, that's pretty cool. What park? Yeah, you did, I don't know how long your 3D Picross playthrough was, but, you were on 3D Picross for a long time, right? Swinging Ship. Instantly build one of those. Those are good. $74 hours. Tree in the way. Tree no longer in the way. Busch Gardens, Tampa. Pretty cool. I've been there before. It was a long time ago. I was like a small child, so I don't remember that much. But I've definitely been there. Do they still have the horses? I think I heard at some point that they don't have the horses anymore, right? But they used to have the Clydesdales. Like giant-ass horses. Yeah, literally, okay, hold up. You need to see this. I'm gonna name the log flume after you. Look at this. When you go in to name something, name the ride, it just pulls up this. It just pulls up this, like, totally out there keyboard. And then, there you go. Done. It's laid out like it's gonna be a QWERTY keyboard, and then it's not. I don't know why every video game ever uses alphabetical order keyboards. Like, literally all of them. And it's just like, why? I don't know why it's like that. It's just like a gaming thing. I had to program a keyboard like that into my fishing game for name entry at the start. And I just programmed in an on-screen QWERTY keyboard, you know, but like maybe I'll get in trouble. Maybe it's supposed to be alphabetic for some reason, and I'll find out later down the line. How many people are in this park? 391. The keyboard is very default, though. Like, I think that, yeah, like, I'm gonna find out that every QWERTY keyboard has to pay royalties to, like, the QWERTY company that you've never fucking heard of, but they own it and they demand royalties. Like, the HDMI consortium and stuff like that. The thing that I use for getting video out of my Xbox is called the Xbox to HDMI, and that dude had to change the name because the HDMI consortium came after him. They're like, hey, if you're not paying us the license fee, you can't put the word HDMI on your product. But for some reason, he's still able to use HDMI as, like, the plug and everything. Like, you can use the standard, you just can't call it that. So it's called, like, the HD Xbox now or something like that. He had to change the name of the dongle. But it's the same dongle. Like, you got to keep using HDMI. You just can't call it HDMI without paying them some kind of fee. You know, the go-karts are working, though. Like, we doubted the go-kart strat, but look at this line. Look at the line. I feel like by the time we get up to 600 guests, we are going to be maxing out this ridiculous, like, switchback queue. Who puked right by the entrance? That is never getting cleaned up. That is actually never getting cleaned up. Haunted House is next. 29th of August, we're gonna get that. I'm just, like, building whatever they give me, because that's how it be. This park kind of looks like trash, though. I feel like this park looks like trash compared to my last one. The last one was way better. I'd love to just, like, flatten this and put stuff there. Or, like, I am making money, I think. Yeah, this is a profitable endeavor. Like, I'm making money. Should I build the wood chip? Should I build the wood chip? Top of the morning, friend. My name is Olga. I'm 40 years old and live in Kazakhstan. Oh, there's my haunted house. Top of the morning. Did anyone see? I saw like a YouTube video about this, and I wasn't even sure if it was real. But apparently there's like a roller coaster or like an amusement park management game on PS1 that was only, or I think it's an early PS2 game. It was only released in Japan, and it has like like a weird ass thing going on with the haunted house. I don't know if anyone saw this, but it was like some game I had never heard of. And it was like it kind of had the Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 thing going on where you can like first person ride the rides. And if you first person rode the haunted house, then it was like a weird like Silent Hill type maze game that was just like genuinely kind of horrifying. And it was just like for some reason placed in the middle of like an otherwise kid-friendly amusement park simulator game. I need to go find this now. Hang on. Yeah, the game is called Rollercoaster World for PS2. And it looks pretty normal until you go into the haunted house and you're being, like, chased by the girl from The Ring or something. Oh, thank God for Midas Interactive, delivering only the finest games. Pip 2380. It is not Coasterworks for Dreamcast. Coasterworks for Dreamcast. I watched Shoe Horse play that. Apparently that's like I think that's like a puzzle game where you have to build certain roller coasters that like match like certain criteria. It's like a spatial puzzle game almost about building roller coasters, I think. I've not played it, but I think that's what it was. I think I see where you'd be getting that from, Pixel, because it's got like the tiered design with the tiered design and the fact that each roof is like that sloped roof with like the ornamentation around the edges. I see kind of what you mean. It's not, of course, but I kind of see what you mean. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I should be doing right now, other than just sitting here. We're only at 440 guests. We still have 2 years to get more guests. We've still got 2 years. I kind of want to build wood chip. I kind of just want to build wood chip, you know? Just throw all my money into the wood chipper. Wood chip. It's huge. I don't even think... Do I even have enough room for this now that I built other stuff? Like, hang on. How's this gonna fit? Alright, it fits. So, I am now the owner of this monstrosity. It's gonna take some effort. To build this queue line. Alright, well that kind of sucks, actually. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna indent this. And then... Where am I? Get rid of that. And now I can do what I want. Which is a big switchback area. There we go, perfect. I can't open the ride yet because we also have to do over here. Is this version of the game good? I don't know. I don't know. It is definitely a fully functioning port of Rollercoaster Tycoon, you know? Like, this is the game. They didn't cut anything. They didn't change anything. This is the full game, running perfectly fine, identical to how it would on PC. But because of the weird-ass controls, I don't know if it's like I don't think it was a good idea to make this. I'm kind of okay with it. Like, I've gotten better with it. I've gotten better with it. But it's very fiddly. Not swinging ship. We want the Ferris wheel. Get that. Go. And open. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely like, this is what the Xbox is all about, isn't it? Like the kinds of games that would never be ported to anything, to any other console. But that got an Xbox version, you know? Like, this is a PC game. And then it's got that Xbox version. Like, that's really, like, a lot of the identity of the console to me. You know, all of, like, the adventure games that we've played and will play. Half-Life 2, Morrowind, Arx Fatalis, just like shit that is never coming out on any other console. Like, that's not the kind of game it is. But then here we are doing it on console. Now the park's starting to get kind of good. I'm starting to run low on space, though, where I still need to build a lot more rides, I think, to get up to 650. The chipper exit being a high puke zone. Yeah, I might have to, what is that? Did someone just, like, poop on the floor? What is that on the ground back? Like, what is this? That's... Half-Life 2 is on P... It is? I know, there's the orange box, of course. But, like, isn't the orange box, like, EP1 or something? Yeah. 360 and PS3 ports were released in 2007. The orange box came out on... Yeah, it did. What is in the orange box? Hang on. The orange box has Half-Life 2, Episode 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal, and EP1, and Half-Life 2. Okay, so it does have all the Half-Life 2 stuff. It does have both episodes. Am I really gonna hire another handyman? I think so. These guys are bleeding me dry. But you were gonna cover this kind of back area. And I am gonna put a bunch of trash cans around as well. There we go. Hopefully they'll be able to keep that clean. The PS3 ports of all 5 games kind of suck. I know that, like, the console version of TF2 is, like, interesting to people. I was never a TF2 player, but I've heard that they, like, never updated the console version of TF2. So it's, like, a weird time capsule of what, like, early TF2 was like compared to what it is today. Because they just, like, never updated it. It's untouched. It's untainted by the hat economy. Oh, are they gonna be puking on the exit to the right? Okay, hang on. Where is that guy that we just hired? They're gonna be puking up there, too. They're not even gonna make it down the hill. Yeah, for our like exploitative Rollercoaster Tycoon sequel, you hire the handymen as interns, or like you do. That's a Disney thing, right? There's some kind of like college work program. That's a Disney World thing. They get sad college kids to work for less. I kind of like this part of the park, actually. Like, that's pretty cool. Right? We got the coaster up here, and then the Ferris wheel under the coaster. This actually looks kind of cool. She was a stereotypical Canadian at Epcot. Yeah, I guess if you're Canadian and you show up down in Florida looking for work, you can always get hired as Canadian. Do you have to play up your accent when you're a Canadian at Epcot? It was actually super competitive to get in. Interesting. This park is like 90% queue. Like, look, when you zoom out, it really puts it in perspective where it's like, I built so much queue. We are the best value park in the country. Should I change that? I think that means I'm not charging enough. Well, this ride cost me... This ride cost me $10,000 to build. And it is generating a profit of $300. So we're never gonna see our money back on wood chipper unless I like start to raise the prices. The controller is not really as bad as expected. I'm playing the game just fine. It definitely sucks way more than if I had a mouse, but you know, it's not that bad. Yeah, it helps that I'm not using the controller that I have that has stick drift. Everyone blames Nintendo for stick drift, but Microsoft was doing it in 2001. Yeah, I mean, that's how, like... I think that's how the vast majority, at least in the United States, that's how the vast majority of parks are. You know, it's an admission fee, and then you're in. And then, of course, they start trying to make you pay for all sorts of shit, but the rides do not cost money on top of it. Yeah, I've been to Knoebels, or whatever. Nobles? Knoebels? I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to say it, but I've been there before, and there you have to, like, buy a book of tickets or something. I think it was. I think you bought a bunch of tickets, then you had to use them to go on the rides. They're, like, weird and old school, though, is my memory. I recall them being in the middle of fucking nowhere in Pennsylvania, in the woods, and it being kind of, like, not run down, but, like, definitely not, you know, definitely not, like, fancy. It's old, yeah. Accurate. It's old. You know, Hershey Park type vibe. Probably bootleg, more bootleg than that, even, but... It's Knoebels. If you've seen the pic of the guy in the wheelchair with the big dick is back in town, big dick is back in town. Google image searching this. Yeah, he's like an old guy, and he wears a shirt that says Big Dick is back in town. Hershey Park is a modern amusement park for better and worse. Is it? So admittedly, I have not been there in 20 years, so I don't remember, but I thought that one was also in the woods. I guess I'm wrong about you, Hershey Park. Yeah, it is in the middle of nowhere, to the extent that, when I was driving out to AGDQ last year, after driving on the highway for many hours through literally nowhere, where there's not even exits on the highway because there's nothing to exit to, there was then an exit for Hershey, Pennsylvania. And I was like, oh, that's where that is. Way out here, huh? They replaced the Chocolate Factory tour ride with a bunch of screens. Boo. It has a Pokemon overlay? What? I loved the factory tour. They give you free chocolate at the end, so that makes it the best ride in the park. $5.90 guests. We're in year 2 now. Chairlift. I'm not sure that building the chairlift... Oh man, I have $4,000. I am printing money somehow. I'm not sure that building... Because, like, apparently transport rides are just garbo. I remember hearing that. So I think they're garbage. But I do like a chairlift aesthetically. Yeah, is the wood chipper, like, seriously, like, where are we at with this? Oh yeah, the wood chipper is printing. Like the Guinness Brewery tour where you get a free Guinness at the end. I think that's pretty common for like brewery tours. I'm not really sure what the purpose of this vacation was, but when I was a kid, we went to Puerto Rico, and my parents dragged us on the Bacardi factory tour, and I'm pretty sure you get some free Bacardi at the end, but I was like 8 years old, so I did not get any. No, I definitely did not. I definitely did not get any any Bacardi. How's this line doing? This line's just like not even half filled. I did build way more line capacity than I needed. The Ferris wheel just doesn't even run because like nobody cares about a Ferris wheel. Not even a cool raised Ferris wheel. Some states allow kids to drink alcohol in public at bars. I think I heard somewhere once that Wisconsin has like the most bars per capita out of any state. I think they said that in a Red Letter Media video, and I'm not sure if it was a joke or not, but I think that's true. Nothing new to really build. I could do another go-kart. Like, the people clearly like go-karts. I wonder if I could fit a go-kart in, like, right here. If I could do, like, one of the... Oh, mini cars. Where did the other go-kart designs go? Oh, this is a car ride. This is a totally different type of ride, actually. Let's build that then. There you go. R.I.P. Can I just, like, squeeze this in here? Somehow. Bam. Yup. This might have been a bad idea to put this here, but it looks kind of cool. I don't think I can put the exit on any other side. Okay, building the paths from this might be really hard. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. And then we lower that. And then the queue for this is just gonna be way too short. But then I can do... Kinda hate the way these... Kinda prefer the wooden ones, honestly. There we go. How does a slide break down? Wait a minute. How is that even possible? What happened to it? Did it fall over? An overlay on their old-timey car ride at Halloween where they have jump scare actors. That's interesting on the old-timey car ride. We're like hard stuck at 590, dude. Okay. Oh, hell yeah, fries. I don't think I've seen anybody buy a burger. Are we making money at this burger stand? Not really. 190 per hour in profit. I guess so. The burgers and fries. Wait a minute, I didn't even open this. The drink stall has been closed the whole time. I didn't even open that. Anyway, you're gonna need a fries. You're gonna need some fries with those burgers. So. Boom. I like that the fries stall has like a fry guy on top of it. Like, they've got a guy. Yes, this version does have advertising. It is in here. I was thinking maybe about advertising once we get into year 3. We just smash all the advertising buttons, and then, like we don't have to spend that much. Like, we don't, like, you know, we don't keep the advertising going. I don't know if the advertising would actually make its money back, you know? So, we're waiting until year 3, and then I'm gonna smash the ad button. Is my plan. Nobody likes the merry-go-round. It's been like the least popular ride in the whole park. I don't think, we were talking about that earlier, E-Tanks. I don't think that, like, they'll buy more drinks. Though, I noticed that the instant I opened the drink stall, people started walking to it. The second I opened it, like nobody was standing on this square. I opened the drink stall, suddenly everybody is standing on this square, you know? And it has already profited $61, which is like, yeah, I think I just had a ton of thirsty people probably, right? Yeah, right, Madman. I think that apparently, according to, well, let me check. Has that other Xbox guy done Rollercoaster Tycoon? Someone said in here earlier that apparently someone else did all main scenarios in Rollercoaster Tycoon. No, the other Xbox guy has not done it. Well, hold up. Where are we seeing that number then? Someone said that someone did this and it took them 117 hours for just the mains. Wait, there is another one? I only knew about Big Tall. Who's the other one? Merry-Go-Round 1 still hasn't been fixed. He's working on it. Man, quit hassling my staff. I should probably have a second guy, though. Probably should have a second guy. Yeah, hold up. I'll find it. I'll find it. It's, Rollercoaster Tycoon. Oh, yeah, that guy. Like the Wolf Arok. That guy. So apparently that guy did all main scenarios in 117 hours. And that's only like less than half the game, I think. I think that's less than half of the game. Let's consult his Xbox doc. The completed list. Yeah, original scenarios, 117 hours. He gave it a 10 out of 10. He had fun. It was the 4th game he played. Oh my god. Dude, this guy is hardcore. His first game was Serious Sam, then Metal Slug 3, which took him 43 hours, then an Evil Dead game that isn't the one that I played, and then straight into Rollercoaster Tycoon for 117 hours. This dude was sweating it out from day one. How many games has he beaten? Transgentrifier has broken down again. I think I need to hire a second mechanic. He has beaten 100... Oh, he's playing a lot of non-Xbox games as well. This is just like a mishmash type of list. Oh, man. Anyway, I think I'm going to step away for a sec. We are currently chilling. We're at 611 guests, so we still need more, but advertising will work. But yeah, I'm going to step away for a sec. Please enjoy the Ferris wheel song, or the merry-go-round song, rather. Okay, wait, I'm back. What new ride did I get? Hang on. Or wait, I can just check this in here. Steel mini coaster. I don't think I can afford that. Hang on. Steel mini coaster. I should try to build my own. A crazy caterpillar. Oh, it is pretty mini. It is, like, decently mini. I can stick that here. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. I did it. I think the exit has to go here. This is awkward. That's also not good enough. Huh. Might have to do a little bit of sculpting here. Okay, man, this gets expensive really fast, doesn't it? It does feel like I'm playing Thousand Land again. Alright, we'll try working with this. Maybe I can do like a... No. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Now the exit path. It's not even letting me attempt this? Hello? Hello? Why can't I even try it? That's not good. They're not even letting me attempt to build this. Also, please stop breaking down. Yeah, maybe I can just build it backwards. I don't even really know where this is gonna connect to, because it's just gonna be too crazy. Like, whatever we're doing here, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna have to be like this. We're gonna have to build it, like, over the road here. Oh, wait. What the f... This is, like, breaking my brain now. It's actually confusing. Also, the peeps are starting to fucking walk on it. Hang on. We need, like, a no entry sign. No, shit. Delete that. Oh, no. Well, actually, this is perfect. There you go. Those things are not connected. Why? This is fucked, man. Why are these paths not connected? I think I have to delete this. And then I can pick you up, put you back on the path. I am going to have to hire more mechanics. I'm having a lot of downtime on different rides, I think. There we go. Go ahead and get that open. And then I just have to connect this at the bottom. Somehow. Everything is breaking down. I really need more mechanics. Hire mechanic. I don't know if I'm winning. I feel like things are falling apart a little bit. We're not really sure if I'm winning. I hope I'm winning. Right now we have 629 guests, which is a good number. I need 650 and I need 600 park rating. And right now we're at 629 and 694 park rating. I hope peeps can actually get to this ride, because it's... I mean, people just don't want to go on it for some reason. The path is connected. People are, like, not going on it. Also, this path is crazy. Maybe it's, like, it's too hardcore. One still hasn't been fixed. That guy is fixing Rollercoaster 1. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing I can check, right? We can check thoughts about this. It's a really good value. It's a really good value. It's a really good value. All right. We're all just thinking about what a great value it is, which means... No, it ain't. $5. I feel like this is the simulate. It's like, it's interesting how deep the simulation goes, sort of. It's like not super deep, but just that we have all of these options. Oh no. Here's all the guest thoughts. I've been standing in line for Transgentrifier forever. So people are not happy about how long the line is for my log flume. It's actually just what, like, everybody is thinking in the entire park. Is just, damn, the line for the log flume is painful. Yeah, that's probably why the line's not getting much longer than like this, because they're balking at the length of the line, maybe. I could build a second one, yeah. The log flume demand is there. Do I need another fucking handyman? Look at how many handymen I have. But this part of the park needs cleaning, so... It's gonna handle that for me. And your job is... that. Yeah, can I improve the operations? No. I only built 4. I only built 4, like, loading platforms. So. Well, I do have Baby Park going here. What are we thinking about Baby Park? Waiting online, it was great, it was great. I want to go on something more exciting. Standing in line, great. Building a balloon stall soon. I feel like my park has come together pretty nicely. This area of the park is incredibly cursed, but I feel like it honestly just makes the atmosphere of this coaster better, that it goes under the path like that. Like, that's pretty cool. This is a little bit haunted, though. This giant L. You know, I sense this may come back later. We're gonna save that design for future use. I can just instantly smack down the baby park. Alright, build balloons, build it. Open it. How much money have I made off the bathroom? Okay, it only loses a little bit of money. How much money has the information kiosk made me? It's profitable. Information kiosk is good. Used to make like several go-karts per park and name them some sort of Mario Kart track. That's fun. I feel like that'd be fun. Build your own Mario Kart world in Rollercoaster Tycoon. You just try to recreate all of the tracks. Americans never charge to pee. That's like a British thing. I have never seen a bathroom cost money before. That's like the Brits. We're up to that sort of thing. I think I should build a second ship. The ship is profitable. And people aren't really complaining about the line length, but we're sort of maxing out the line length. Like, maybe ship. Yeah, I have no idea how the ADA would affect charging for bathrooms. My understanding of the ADA begins and ends with there has to be a ramp, you know, like, or an elevator, whatever. That's all I got. I'm sure there's much more to it. I love how I, like, packed everything in here. I feel like this part of the park looks really cool. Well, if it makes it illegal to charge for bathrooms, then that's good. That's a good thing they did. If I had two Xboxes. If only I had two Xboxes. I actually do have two Xboxes, but... And I've... This is that's a horrible idea. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. But yeah, I could totally just, like, set up, because, like, this is probably a winning strategy. I don't think I have to touch it anymore. 689 guests. I think I can probably just be like, this is now gonna sit here for the next over an hour. Like, we still have over an hour to go in this scenario, I think. So, like, alright, that's gonna sit here. We're gonna minimize that into the corner, and then I'm gonna go play something else. And I do, it would be very difficult to set this up, but I do have 2 of everything, because I'm weird like that. I have that other Xbox kicking around that I can't get good video quality out of. And I have an SD capture card. So, like, technically I could set up a second Xbox with a second capture card going into my PC and be capturing multiple Xboxes at once. Yeah, I could be looking at the Yakuza 2 assembly. I meant to look more into that last night. I did a bunch more grinding last night and still couldn't find Dead Boy. At this point, I've loaded for Dead Boy probably, like, well over 100 times and not found him. So I was meaning to ask, just, like, straight up ask PLA. Like, I don't know anything about, like, reverse engineering and disassembly and stuff like that. So I'm meaning to just ask PLA, like, so about the Wii U version with the symbols, how might I go about seeing that, you know? Like, I generally know how to use a computer, but where do I even begin to figure something like that out? Because, to be honest, I think that the Coliseum code for, like, rolling a random Coliseum opponent is just, like, in an executable file somewhere in the code. Like, I think it's just bundled into the executable. I don't think it's going to be easy. Like, for Fish, when I was doing the fishing stuff for Yakuza 5, for that game, there was a file called fish.bin, and when you opened it, it was just like it was basically just a table of all of the fish in plain text. It was very easy to figure out. It was slightly more complicated, but not really. So, you know, that was nice and easy, but I have found nothing like that for the Coliseum in Yakuza 2. There's like 1 or 2 files that seem related to the Coliseum, and one of them is just a texture that has all of the opponent's faces on it. And the second file, I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to make it work, but I think it contains the descriptions for all of the fighters or something like that. I don't know if that would have any, like, logic in it. I also joined the Yakuza modding Discord, and I might post in there to see if anyone has any leads. Like, there's just this file. Like, hang on, I still have this on my desktop. Where is it? Yeah, there's just this file called talkcoliseum.bin. If we open it in a hex editor, it just looks like junk. It just looks like junk. Whatever it is, it's in some kind of format that I can't understand. But there's no strings in it. So, like, yo, water slide, I'm gonna build one of those. There's no strings in the file, which makes me think it's either code or compressed somehow, but I don't think it is compressed somehow based on my understanding of what a compression format would look like. So it's just, I don't know, it's just hard. So I might go in there and ask around if anyone has any leads on what talkcoliseum.bin is. A demon drop. Oh, it's huge. The water slides are huge. Okay. Never mind then. I thought it was just going to be like a... How much money do I have? I have 7.7. Okay. We're gonna build one. The Izuna drop. I mean, let's clear up all of these useless cacti. I think we're gonna build it right here. Can it only go down? Okay, no, it can go up. We can do up with a chain lift. We're gonna build it over that. It's gonna be kind of cool. This hill is going to cause me a lot of problems, isn't it? How much money do I have? I'm burning money on this, but I have nothing better to do, so we might as well. Everything is breaking down now. Whoop. I don't know if that'll work, but if it does work, it'll be cool. And I am out of space. Mistakes were made. I gotta do like this. That line up. How does this work? Okay, yeah, perfect. Not perfect. How do I get this to end? Because now we've got a bit of a problem, which is that we're too close. We're too close at the end. I'm gonna need some kind of like long section designed to get me back to where I need to go. There we go. I think we're gonna... Can I build a station platform here as well? Let's just test it. Entrance not built yet. Oh. Well, I can move this later. Entrance, exit, test it. Yeah, I'm actually building something real this time. Check it out. I feel like this is the sickest park, dude. Look at all this stuff. I love, I feel like a lot of the fun of Rollercoaster Tycoon to me is once you've built all of the stuff and you just see it all happening on screen. Like, just sitting back and, like, watching all of the shit, like, all of the peeps in the lines and the rides moving and stuff, and just sort of the complexity and the density of it all. Oh, okay, that kills you. Alright. Didn't think of that. Didn't think of that. But there is a potential solution. I'm not sure if the game will be mad if they... If they just bonk their heads. Is it a problem, you know? Can I not do this? How do we... Ah, there we go. So they might bonk their heads on this, but I don't care. Well, the game might be fine with this. It's like, it's kind of like that water slide that, you know, this is actually really bad. I'm realizing now this is the exact thing the engineers were thinking on that water slide that someone died on. Yeah. They also did this exact design. We're having problems with the rafts flying off the end, and so they just sort of put a net on top, and the net ended up killing someone. So... Why is it not... Hello? Can we get a test here? Yeah, that was... This is a different water park that kills people scenario from Action Park. Action Park had other problems. It won't even test it. I don't know why. Like, what's it? Nobody in queue line. That's not... It's... The disgusting state of the paths in my park. I've tried my best to keep it clean, but I think it's bugged out. Ah, there we go. Gonna have to solve the disgusting path problem. Oh god, oh god, okay, yeah. We've got problems over there. This Puke Central coming off that ride. Ah, it works now, it works now. Never mind. Now they just... Why do they die there? What? Why are they dying? Well, here, let me get a janitor over to Pukeville and see if we can do something about that. Gonna stick you right there. I feel like it's a bit tricky to, because he did, like, his wander, it sort of encompasses stuff under here as well, so it might get a little weird. But, yeah, the path might somehow... I mean, I just sort of built it. Like, I don't see how it could be disconnected. Like, it is clearly connected. It just doesn't like it. Yeah, when in doubt, use the tubes. We'll keep the peeps in the dark about how much time they're being held for. I forget how I did this last time. It was this. They won't know that the ending is incredibly boring because they can't see anything. Also, wait a minute, there's just a cactus in there now. Yeah, hang on, delete the cactus. Oh, so many broken down rides. It's all falling apart, gamers. Actually, we're fine. Alright, how's it gonna go? This is why Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 is good. You can actually ride the rides. I'm amused by simple things like that. What? It just, like, clips through. Something is fucked, man. Something's not right. Maybe this whole thing should be just in tunnel. Maybe I just can't trust anything. It could be that when they bonk their heads on this, they're set into the dead state, and then that's them just like, you know, that's the Reaper coming to collect his dues, you know? Where it's like, actually, you died back there, and this is now the part where you actually die. Like, you managed to cheat your death. Yeah, Final Destination style. Like, you managed to cheat your death over here, so here something else ridiculous happens, and you die anyway. Alright, let's try this. Just fully enclosed. This might be a tax write-off in the end. This might be a complete loss. Okay. Just don't let the peeps ever see the light of day after the drop. It works. It works. We're opening it. We're opening it like this. Maxed out on boats. Very nice. I want to move the entrance and the exit. I want to swap where they are, I think. Actually, no. Actually, no, I liked it the other way better. We're gonna have to do some stuff, though. Here's what we're gonna do. It's about to get really elaborate. Oh, can I not build there? Hang on. That's just going straight through. I don't know if that's a good idea. You could just build the path straight through. That doesn't work. The dream might be dead here. I don't know if I can get this to work. There we go. And the exit will be far more boring, I think. Actually, I don't know if I can get... I think I have to also build vertically for the exit. I do love unnecessary verticality, though. I think it looks fun. We're adding intrigue. I have so many problems to fix with my park, but we're adding intrigue. That's important. My park will have aura. I don't think that's connected. There we go. And it's open. Amazing. Everything is breaking down. I need more guys to fix stuff. Hire a new mechanic, put him somewhere. I don't even know. Just fix stuff, please. Oh man, when you zoom out and you're seeing like everything, the game is starting to get kind of laggy on this screen. Gotta build a cotton candy stall as well. I saw that we got one of those at some point. For the cotton candy lovers among us. Among us? I feel like my park rating's kind of bad. Park rating is 720. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, actually. And we have more than enough guests. I think I've built a pretty successful looking park. Like, check this out. It is 85% queue line. However, I think I've done a pretty good job. I could definitely shorten this queue line instead of having this, like, crazy-ass zigzag. Same goes for the insane line for the go-karts. Like, look how dense this is. It's just like a satisfying screensaver, you know? Render the overhead map again. The overhead map's honestly not that cool. There it is. Unless you mean like this. Unlocked the Gravitron. What's a fun place to put the Gravitron? If I could get it like there, that would be legendary, but I don't think that's possible. That would be pretty good if I just... Oh man, honestly, that'd be fun as like a thing for the starting soon screen. If I just recorded like 10 minutes of footage of every park, and then it can just like cycle through them. Yeah, I wouldn't have to get 10 full minutes. I would just have to get like 30 seconds. Oh, I got bumper cars at some point. Oh, hell yeah. Bumper cars, easy. Yeah, what kind of like shit amusement park doesn't have bumper cars? This is definitely a desert. It's gonna be a bit weird, but I think we're gonna put the Gravitron right here. Gonna be a bit weird, but I think we're gonna put it right there. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? And I think I also have to raise this. Oh, that's still not connecting. And then the exit. Just go like that. And then there we go. Gravitron opened. The line is like probably not really big enough. I probably could have set that back a bit more, but I don't know. Also, we're totally gonna have a handyman for right here now. There's already puke, and that's before the Gravitron gets opened. So, bro, you are now in charge of all of this. I am printing money. This park is actually great. 743 guests, $12,000. The park value is just like, the park rating is just sketchy though. Park rating is some kind of like complex formula that I don't know what to do about though. Other than just like make a good ass park and then just hope that it works. Do I have any handymen checking this? Where are my boys? Where are my boys? I'm hiring like 500 handymen, and none of them are on this. Oh God. Oh, so many windows. Where are they? Rollercoaster Tycoon, man. Adding trash cans might help. I thought it helped. Someone else indicated that they felt it might not help. But let's do that. Oh my god, everything is broken. The amusement park gods are testing me. And by me, I mean the handymen. I'm just watching. Okay, they're all up to it. They're all on it. Scientifically measured that if a trash can is any farther than 10 feet from a park guest, they will throw trash on the ground. I'm pretty sure you're making that up, but also it wouldn't even surprise me if they did, like, have a study on that they did. Optimal trash can placement. Oh my god, it's overloading. Poor guests, dude. Alright, he's on it, he's on it, he's on it. I think I need another mechanic. Literally everything is breaking. I'm not sure that that's like a real failure mode of merry-go-rounds, you know? I don't think that they fail in a way where they can't stop and start going crazy. That's just like we wish that's what happened. That was a different streamy tanks. I don't think I've talked about CERN recently. How does a haunted house break down? Like, again, it's like the slide breaking down. Like, did it collapse? Like, it's still here. Yeah, animatronic broke down, maybe. I don't think of it as being that elaborate. Like, I guess my, like, mental image of what this haunted house is just, like, much lamer. Much too lame for there to be any animatronics or anything. I just envision it as one of those, like, clown houses that has funny mirrors in it and things. Can I name the handyman? Hang on. Yes, you can name them. You can name them. This one will be you in honor of that. Congrats, you are now in the game. I wish that you could, like, you know how Used Pizza does marbles on stream and stuff? And he just has, like, a list of, like, every N64 game that he can just put into the marbles when it's time to pick the next game for him to play. I wish you could just have a list of, like, here's what the peeps should be named, and you can just enter in, like, up to 1,000 names that would just then be rolled at random. I feel like that'd be pretty fun. Oh my god, this has just become puke central. Look at that. Yikes, man. You have to just wade through it in order to get to the food. This park is fucked, dude. We gotta get out of here. October can't come soon enough. Oh, nobody's range covered that exact square. No wonder. You. Why aren't you cleaning? What's your range? His range... Okay, yeah, the reason why, when you see all of the... Here's the problem. When all of the, when you see a bunch of puke somewhere, it's because there's like individual squares that are not covered. Yeah, I don't think the tube is that bad. There's no puke coming out of the exit of the tube, and I've not even covered this area. Like, what are the ratings on this? Okay, the intensity rating is high, which is probably... Actually, they're lining up for it, even though the intensity rating is quite high. Yeah, the people love the tube, even though it is just like a murder machine. It's literally like that like murder roller coaster design that has all of the loops. This is the water slide version of that. It might just be the scrambler. Honestly, lots of people are puking coming out of my very basic log flume. There's puke along there. The scrambler, where even is that? It's here. Yeah. Scrambler might be a problem. There's still constant puking coming off this roller coaster as well. Man, the log flume just ain't what it used to be. Look at this pitiful line. Remember when the line used to stretch to like here? Which was also pitiful considering how much of the line I built. I think I might have to close this and try to reclaim some space. Yeah, the flume, it was just a phase, the flume phase. What are guests thinking about it? Nobody is thinking about it. I think there's a mechanic in this game when rides get too old, they get less popular. I think that is a mechanic. Yeah. So I would have to destroy and rebuild this ride, probably. And then everyone would start lining up for it again. The people love the tube. What do people think about it? I've been standing in line forever. Well, this setup just has to hold for another couple months. Look how cool my park is. Look how actually awesome my park. Should I just like build rides? Just like random ass rides? Like people love the Gravitron. I could just build a second Gravitron. Also, we've hit maximum everything, so I'm gonna stop funding research, I guess. I don't know if we're still dumping money into research, but they're done. They're not finding anything else. They're done. My balloon! Only Spider-Man were here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. I'm gonna attempt to build a ride there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in like August, Fatty. That's my plan. I think that in like August, I'm just gonna smash the add button and see what happens. So obviously this is going to take some work to sort of fix. Can't really see in there. Is that... Can't really see in there. Oh, of course this isn't going to work. What am I thinking? We got to lower this. Come on. And then raise this. And that. And now I should be able to get this to work. I mean, that doesn't connect, but it almost connects. And now it does. And then for entrance queue... Wait, shit. Well... That might be our queue then. That might be our queue then. Wait, I built this the wrong way. I built this the complete wrong way. Hang on. Hang on, get off that road. Now, of course, it won't let me build how I want to. Ah, there we go. Okay, and get that open, nice. Yo, welcome back, why am I here? It's going good, actually. I am basically just waiting for this scenario to be over. I have so much queue line. I'm pretty sure we just win anyway. Park rating is 770. So it's pretty good, and we've got 815 guests in the park, so we have way more than enough. I don't even need to run the ads. I think running the ads would just cause me to get swamped by guests or something like that. But things are good. Things are good. We are in June of the final year as well. I'm pretty much just chilling and waiting for it to be over at this point. I have so much money that I don't even know what to do with it. I could just build a second log flume right here or something like that. Not that the first flume is all that popular, but I could just do it. Just for maximum space filling. There was no further news with Metal Slug. The guy did eventually verify my run. You can go to the Metal Slug 3 board. And there I am. You can read the giant mod note on the run. Mod note. Runner had to provide added proof to showcase what difficulty was played on. 0 input display for world record was accepted due to time not being competitive enough to become an issue. Next time, include difficulty selection and input display. If I weren't so busy with other things, I actually want to get back. I want to play more Metal Slug 3, to be honest with you. Like, I would like to at least take the correct route through the game, because I take the wrong route in a few places and lose a lot of time to it. And it's kind of like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to at least get that down by like 10 minutes or something? Also, partially just to spite the guy, I think it would be fun to not use input display. Just continue to not use input display, because I think that rule's dumb. I just love causing drama, what can I say? But I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, maybe no. Like, I would probably just run it in MAME for that. I wouldn't be able to run my beloved Xbox version if I did that, because the Xbox is taken. But for a situation like this where it's just like, yeah, I'm running on hardware. I mean, he wants either input display or a hand cam, which, well, so the rule is input display, hand cam, or audible inputs. I think audible inputs are not actually indicative of anything. I think that's dumb. And I think that it's kind of like a big ask to ask a hardware player to use an input display, or to have to like set up a camera pointed just right. Like, I don't know. I think it's dumb. Like, for really popular competitive games, I understand. Oh my god, Puke Alley is real. For really popular and competitive games, I kind of understand. But for Metal Slug 3, I don't understand why the rule is that way. I could, to verify you're not using turbo, but like, mashing harder actually doesn't make you play faster anyway. Another thing I had in mind was that if I got good at Metal Slug 3, then I could ask him to make me the leaderboard mod, and then I could be in charge, and then I could fix it. I could fix the rules myself, but I would have to become a proper expert at Metal Slug 3 for that. That was in my mind as well, to spite get good at game. I think a lot of the dumb rules were honestly in place before he took over, and he just hasn't changed them. In some message, he did say, like, I'm just enforcing the rules that the mods before me set, and it's like, well, you can just change them. You're the only one here. Like, that's not a reason for anything, but that's, so I think that, I think it's probably... I think it's probably always been that way for one reason or another. But yeah, I don't know. I did find Metal Slug 3 to be a lot of fun when we were playing it. Like, I 1CC'd it and all, but imagine if I could 1CC it better. There's some kind of strat at the end where you manipulate the screen scroll to where you just don't even spawn in one of the giant red spider dudes in that hallway. Like, in that hallway towards the end of the game when you fight the giant red, like, spider walker dudes and they drop balls on you. There's, like, a trick you do that just causes one of them to not spawn in. Where you, like, stand in the right spot. And I think that's pretty cool. Also, just in general, if you can, I don't remember in my PB if I think in my 1cc I must have carried Flamethrower, but if you can carry like a full Flamethrower into the end, Flamethrower actually just like destroys the final boss. It destroys all bosses, but it really destroys that final boss like super fast. There's like a incredibly good laser weapon you can get right before the third boss as well, which was like that robot with tank treads that would like shoot heat-seeking missiles at you. And it had like the giant sweeping laser attack as well. That boss can be killed in like 10 seconds instead of 5 minutes. That boss for me was like 5 minutes of like ultra sweat. But it turns out you can just laser it down in like 10 seconds. So there's a lot of very easy time saves. That would be kind of fun to implement, but I don't know. This game does kind of still require kind of a lot of, This game kind of does still require a lot of babysitting, you know? I can't exactly just like I kind of can at this point just leave it. And I think we've probably got another like 20, 25 minutes or so of just leaving it. And I probably could have just put the controller down like 45 minutes ago. Yo, what's up, Incarnadine? I probably could have just put the controller down like half an hour ago, but I don't know if I'll ever do that. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be confident enough that I can just put the controller down. This is so sad, dude. The flume is, like, I'm actually going to do something about this. We're closing the flume. Well, we're not closing it, but I am going to start deleting the queue. Because that is a sad queue if I have ever seen one. It doesn't, I don't have to do this, but it just makes me sad looking at it, so I'm going to do it. The length of this game is living up to estimate, yes. This game contains 86 scenarios, and this is scenario 2. I've finished scenario 1, and we are currently chilling and waiting for scenario 2 to be over. Get some scenery in there for the scenery bonus. I can do something about this pathetic line as well. Like, this queue is ridiculous and can be really cut down by a lot. This tree's getting in my way. There we go. Waterslide 1 still hasn't been fixed? What are you doing? How has Waterslide 1 still not been fixed? It's because they're all busy. Everything is broken. Like, this mechanic is just bouncing off the ride for some reason. I don't know why they're not fixing... E-Tanks is headed for Waterslide 1. Oh, good. He's like the farthest person in the entire park. E-Tanks, why? Nobody else could have responded to this call. Yeah, I mean... I think normal gamers are not so, intent on beating every single scenario. Or rather, it's kind of just like a, you know, something you can always come back to and do another scenario whenever you feel like it. Type of game. It's not really something you're meant to play just from start to finish. Dude, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. We have a mechanic on it. He'll be here in about a month. I'm sure people have done it, of course. Rollercoaster Tycoon speedrunners play with speed up enabled, generally, I think. I don't really know what the rules are. RCT 1% is different from FF%. Let's see, what are the rules? Completing a scenario means achieving the objective minus the time requirement. Okay, so speedrunners just pretend that the time requirement doesn't exist. That's how they do it. They just pretend that's not there. Wait, what? Yeah, head for the water slide. Where is he? Where is he? How did... What? We have like a serious pathfinding problem. Nobody can get to the water slide to fix it, apparently. Like, look at him just bounce off the door. I think I might fire E-tanks. Or like, can I pick you up and put you by the exit? Like there. Like, where is he going? Get in there. Okay. He's fixing it. He's fixing it. Let's go. My most popular ride has been down for ages. Also, we've got a vomit alley forming there. I just need to keep on top of these sorts of things. Just gonna stick you there. And there's your roaming zone. I think I'm actually gonna have... I never zoned my mechanics. For future scenarios, I'm gonna zone my mechanics properly so that they... Like, if I had a ride like this that's off in the middle of nowhere, I would just have a mechanic whose zone is, like, this area, and he would cover these 3 rides. Uh, 853 guests, and 793 park ratings, so we're still totally fine. No risk at all. That's a much happier looking line. I like that. But yeah, I'm still not really sure what I want to do with how many scenarios I want to do. To be honest, I'm still not sure. Because I'm gonna fail them, probably. Like, I'm probably gonna fail some. And this has been a pretty fun stream. For sure. I feel like with the original plan of, you know... With the original plan, that's just like, yeah, just do it on Tuesday. Then, like, I wouldn't really ever get sick of it, because every Tuesday we would convene for a comfy day of Rollercoaster Tycoon, you know? And that would just be a fixture on my stream for a long time, so the total playtime wouldn't really matter that much. So, like... I don't want to commit to any... We are at minimum doing all main scenarios, I will say that. At minimum, we're doing all main scenarios. I don't want to do less than that. So that might take 100 hours, just, you know, right off the top. But when we get there, maybe we'll evaluate things when I get there, you know? Maybe I'll play 100 hours of this, and by then, I'm just like, never make me do this again, please. You know? But I think that's how we're gonna handle it, which means, by the way, I think that means we're not actually gonna side game this with fishing. Because the thing is, this, like, one scenario in this game is gonna take 3 hours every time. Almost all the scenarios are 3-year scenarios. So this isn't actually the world's greatest side game, because it kind of takes up the whole stream to accomplish anything. So I kind of feel like we should run a poll after I'm done with this scenario for something to play alongside fishing tomorrow. And I'll have my usual, like, two-game thing going, but then also a Rollercoaster Tycoon in the back pocket for Tuesdays. I just love scrolling around and seeing, like, just seeing it all. It's so dense. I just love, like, the pixel art is really good. I mean, it's not pixel art. It's all 3D rendered, I think. But the art is just, like, really good, and, like, the isometric. There's something deeply satisfying about it, you know? Seeing all of this stuff, like a successful park. It's all sprites, but I'm pretty sure they're, you know, 3D renders that were, like, Donkey Kong Country'd down into a sprite. You know? It's interesting to think about how much art there is in the game, though. Like, I don't know how many artists were involved in this. Chris Sawyer is just the programmer. I assume he didn't also do all of the graphics. If he did, he's a fucking legend. But, like, think about all of the individual pieces that have to make up the game. There was one artist. Holy shit, man. That's like, things that make you feel worse about your life. Knowing that one dude programmed Rollercoaster Tycoon in assembly, and apparently one dude did all of the art, and it's just like, I will never be as great as either of these people. I will never be 1/10 as great as either of these people. Damn. How'd they do that? Like, even just, like the queue line, because of the way the layering is, you have to have the wall and the floor as, like, separate objects. The whole thing is just, like, kind of... Like, I wonder how they even did it with, like, showing the peeps on the rides. Like, how did they do this? From, like, a technical perspective. September. We're getting close. Like, I straight up feel like Rollercoaster Tycoon 1 and 2 are these 2D sprite-based games with the isometric angle. I feel like the change to 3D for Rollercoaster Tycoon 3, people don't like it. People are like, it's not charming or whatever. But from a practical standpoint, it makes so much more sense. Like, just thinking about how they would have had to coordinate all of the little sprite components of, like, this ride is just like, how the fuck did they do that in 2D? Like, what... How do they do that? Like in 3D, you just model the thing and you're done. How the hell... Just, I don't know. It's actual magic to me. Man, the bumper cars remain super popular. Everyone loves bumper cars. Yo, later, E-Tanks. Thank you for finally fixing the water slide. Are they less than a year old? When did I build these? I might actually not be able to find out when I built these. Last breakdown was safety cutout. Wait, hold up. Does that mean if I check the slide, last breakdown, safety cutout? Yeah, what? Current breakdown, safety cut. Dude, the reliability of the slide is terrible. 52%. It is a fucking slide. How? How is the reliability of the slide so bad? What does safety cutout mean in the context of a slide? Accidentally broke gravity and everyone just flew up into space, I guess. I feel like the roller coaster they started us with. Poor guests stuck on the lift hill because it's broken down. Like, how much money is this ride even generated, honestly? I feel like it's not that... 10K. It's been here the whole time, so 10K. But I feel like this ride has been not that popular. Like this, I've never seen this line full or anything. It's always like nobody's waiting for the ride. Yeah, there's not much. You have to walk all the way to the back of the park. I don't know how I would... It would be difficult to make, like, this ride kind of cuts off this whole back corner, I feel like. It would be kind of hard to, like, utilize this space somehow. Oh, is it gonna rain soon? There's gonna be a thunderstorm. Has it rained at all this whole time? I know someone said it rained right at the start of the scenario. I straight up don't think it has rained even once since then. Hang on, if it's gonna rain... Jack up the umbrella price. Can I just hold the button down? Hang on, I might be stupid. Can you just hold this? Yes. You don't actually have to sit here and mash. I am stupid. Honestly, we're at the end of year 3. If a flash flood wants to come and wipe away the whole park right at the end, that would be like a... It would be appropriate, you know? Fellas, you're gonna want umbrellas, right? Info kiosk, this. Gonna start putting these everywhere they'll fit. Get everyone taking out their umbrellas. Oh man, the rain makes the game lag. The poor people waiting in line. A lot of people bought umbrellas before it started raining, I think. We're in the last month. This is it. Oh, E-Tanks is on go-karts. Good. So many broken down rides. You can really see the difference. Like, this is how the game is running. And then we zoom out so it doesn't have to show the peeps anymore. And then it's just like, there you go. Full speed. And you zoom in, it's like, oh. Oof. Look at that, though. Everybody bought an umbrella. Look at all the umbrellas. And the rain has stopped. Well, that was a fun $20 while it lasted, I guess. Literally just chillin'. Yep, 900 guests in the park, 755. Ah, park rating is dipping. I mean, we only need 650. Oh, park rating of at least 600. Yeah, so we're way more than good enough. We're way more than good enough. No awards. 26 attractions. All my attractions are constantly breaking down. I think Miami to Seattle would be a terrible time. The whole romantic cross-country road trip thing. Everyone, the reality always sets in that the entire middle of the country is just a field. And so it's just like, I don't know. Do it on Amtrak again. I don't know what I watched on YouTube recently to, consign myself to this fate, but, some video's been in my recommended the last 2 days, and it's called something like, Can America's best train beat Europe's worst train? And it's some guy who I guess is gonna, shit on our trains for 10 minutes. I haven't watched any train content. I'm not sure what this is doing here. But yeah, and I've not clicked it because I feel like it'll just be sad. It'll just be some European guy clowning on us for 10 minutes about how bad our trains are. It's like, I know, you don't have to rub it in. But I assume his conclusion is that America's best train is not better than Europe's worst train, so if you wanted to take Amtrak across the country, it's probably just 3 days and $1 billion. Yeah, Northeast Corridor is honestly fine. I've not taken the train in a while, but our part of the country is the only part where the train is apparently workable. How long can I see what day it is? I would love to know specifically what day in October it is. I'm just kind of like praying that my park rating doesn't get too depressing. 732. I don't know what Europe's worst train is. I think the thumbnail might have said Romania, or I might be making that up. Hang on, if I go to youtube.com, will it be here for me? No. It looks like they finally stopped asking. It looks like they finally stopped asking me to watch that, actually. Now that I actually want to know. Yeah, I can't... I don't have mouse control in this menu. This menu's like a... It's like a first-person shooter, like, weapon wheel, except for Rollercoaster Tycoon menus. I feel like we're most of the way through October, if the dot's here. I don't know if that means anything. We're like halfway through October, maybe. Worst famous coaster in Europe is in Parc Asterix in France. I don't know of any... I'm not enough of a roller coaster person to know if we have any famous bad roller coasters. At the time when I was going to Six Flags a bunch, Six Flags Great Adventure, they had this totally fucked up old wooden coaster that never had any weight. It was like the oldest ride in the park, and you just felt like you were hanging on for dear life because it was so like rickety and so like beat up and old. And they demolished that. That's not there anymore. But it was like a terrible old ride that we used to go on a lot because it had no wait. Every other ride in the park would have like an hour wait. No wait to get on whatever this thing was called. Rolling Thunder, that's what it was called. That's the most famous bad roller coaster to me. But it doesn't exist anymore. They demolished it, and I don't even know if they built it. I don't even think they did build anything in its place. I think there's just nothing there now. Theme parks are cool. I do end up watching a bunch of YouTube videos from, like, theme park people. And I don't know how... I don't know how one could be, like, an amusement park person. Like, that's a very expensive hobby. Like, these people who are just... seem like they fucking go to Disney World every single week. And it's like, how did you do that? How do you make that work? Like, financially? What is your job that you can do that? First of all, you just have to live in the right place on Earth to where there's even a park worth going to. But yeah, my understanding is that there's a whole theme park fandom out there. Not just Disney, but just like broadly. And I don't know how any of them make that work. Like, Great Adventure's basically just a giant-ass parking lot, and even that's very expensive. Great Adventure is a miserable, tired old place. How are we not done yet? October, it ought to finish, like, any minute now, I feel like. I was there a year or two ago, and first of all, it was just kind of sad to see that essentially nothing had changed from when I was a kid. Like, everything was still exactly the same. All the paint chipping on the buildings and stuff. All the signs had basically been, like, completely bleached by the sun to where you just couldn't even read them anymore. It's just kind of like, what are we doing here? Why is it so expensive to come here? But I guess they do keep up with the rides at least, I think. They demolished King Dakar, which is bullshit. Imagine having the tallest roller coaster on Earth, and you just demolish it and replace it with nothing. Like, actually SMH. Hurt my New Jersey pride when I found out about that. Hey, there we go, I did it. Congratulations. Enter name into scenario chart. Scenario complete after like 3 hours. The scenario actually took a little under 3 hours, because I think we finished it around like, I think we started around minute 57. I think it was like minute 57 when we started the scenario, so a little under 3. But there you go, I did it. I will save. Save game. Overwrite. And there you go. Second scenario down. So just so we're all on the same page here, I am committing to at least this page, which allegedly will take like 100 hours because I might fail them a bunch. But then there's also this page. And then there's also this page. And then there's also these. And there's also this one. So, oh man. Oh man. The real parks are just like embarrassing British parks. And then also Haida Park, which is apparently a German thing. I looked up Haida Park once, actually. I looked up what Haida Park was. And check this out. Check this out. Can I find the picture again? Where is this dude? Yeah, look at this. Apparently, it's this park in Germany. Can I get a better picture? Oh, I can't get a better picture of this. There we go. And they have a mascot, and the mascot is a bear. And the bear is wearing a Wumbo shirt. Literally, it said M for Mini when it should have said W for Wumbo. And it kind of just blew my mind when I saw that.